Well, she's never got anywhere close to winning the Grand
I
Slam.
literally can't believe I've just named the top 4.
You've done well. Serena Williams,
Wasn't the question, Sam?
Carinco.
Wasn't the question?
It's a shame.
wasn't
If
the
that's your question, I'll be furious.
Yeah, Russell, name the top 1. No. So yeah, you've done well there, Sam. But 5th was Lena of China, and you've got Angelique Kerber, Petra Kvitova, Sarah Irani, Sam Stosur, and then Caroline Wozniacki at 10. So you were right saying she was in the top 10, but she was at the tail end of the top 10. Okay, so the score is still at 2-all with Russell with the question in hand. So Russell, we come to your tennis question. I think it's quite difficult for you.
Well, thanks, Sam.
That's all right. She's gonna be. Wow.
It's an honour. It's a compliment. Take it.
Okay. Russell, you've heard of the Davis Cup, yeah?
Just about, yeah.
Good. Well, you can't have just about
Okay,
heard.
yes,
So,
I've
I mean,
heard
unless you've literally just heard about it.
Yeah, from you just then.
All right. Okay. Good. Well, it's okay. So it's like an international men's tennis tournament, which players participate for their country in. What I want to know is which country currently holds the Davis Cup. And I think be honest. Do you find this a very difficult question?
Yes.
All right. I'll tell you that they are a European country.
Okay, thank you very much.
Sam's all right. Sam shrugged that. He's like, yeah, fine.
Okay.
Take it.
Ooh, let me think about this. Don't think it's Great Britain. Who does Djokovic play for again?
Djokovic is
Serbia,
Serbian.
Nigeria.
Don't think it's Spain. Oh dear. You know what? I don't know. I'm just gonna go France.
I'm gonna go for France.
It's a good guess.
It's an
They're not a bad
educated guess.
side.
They are in
Songa.
Europe.
They are.
They are in Europe,
I
and they
know
have
that.
got Songa, but they haven't won the Davis Cup this year, 2012. It's Czech Republic. Who plays for Thomas Burdick plays for the Czech Republic.
Stepanek.
Radek Stepanek, I suppose, yeah.
Fair
But
enough.
yeah, no, that was a difficult question, Russell. But it leaves us in a very interesting position where we are in our last round at 2-all. This is your NBA basketball
Oh,
round.
yes,
no.
come on.
Now, I was going to initially ask Sam. I said to Sam, how much you know about NBA, and it became apparent that he really, really does not know anything about the NBA. So, Sam, all I want you to do, okay, is
Yeah.
name me 3 NBA teams.
I think it's the Boston Celtics.
Okay.
So I remember when we were on holiday, something about Shaquille O'Neal and Boston Celtics.
It's a
that's it.
wonderful anecdote about you being on holiday and something.
Chicago
like Shaquille
Bulls.
O'Neal. So who have you said? Boston Celtics and Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
Okay, they're both correct.
Okay, I need to now think of an American
Can
city.
I also say I need to take your first answer now for this one?
Oh no.
So
I've got one in my head.
needs to be out in your mic, Sam.
Oh, LA Lakers.
LA Lakers. You sure? Final answer.
Definitely used to be.
Okay.
I think they
Alright,
were
can I-
purple and yellow, don't they?
Can I confirm I am talking about this year? But LA Lakers. Final answer.
Yeah.
Correct.
Can I just say that's a ludicrously easy question?
But Sam knows nothing. He had to struggle there. Right? He knows nothing about it. Your one's difficult, Russell.
Oh, I'm furious.
Actually, I say it's difficult, but when you break it down, it is actually quite easy. You're quite the basketball fan, Russell, so it should be bread and butter stuff for you, my friend. Bread and butter stuff. Okay. Ready?
Yes.
Okay. So, your question, Russell, about the NBA. Oh, Sam, Luke's just said on the tweets, oh, Sam, you need to eat these NBA correct, pal. Don't understand what that means. But I believe, Luke's from America, so without stereotyping Luke, and I'm sure he's a lovely guy, I'm sure he likes his NBA.
I got it right.
You got it right, well done, you've done him proud. Okay, Russell.
Proud of me, Luke.
Who's been top pick in the last 5 NBA drafts?
Okay. Anthony Davis was the last one.
Yeah, 2012 Anthony Davis.
I'm not clear about any.
Before that was Kyrie Irving.
Kyrie! Yeah, yeah.
You're just embarrassing yourself now.
That's what they do. If I was a commentator in America, I'd say, Kyrie!
Are you?
What's the one before that?
I wish I was.
What was the one before that?
Well, 2010 was the one before 2011.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin was one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go for he was one before. Actually, no, because he injured himself for a whole season.
Classic
He was
Blake
the one
Griffin.
before, so the second in 2009.
What did you say?
2009.
Was who?
Blake Griffin, I think.
So you've got 2010 and 2008 left, and that's it.
I know. Oh, I know this. It's gonna take a while to come to me.
Luke's a Chicago Bulls fan, Sam, and you did mention them, didn't you?
Absolutely.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Oh, that just reminded me.
What?
Derek Rose.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. Derek Rose, what year, though?
Oh, what year was that? Oh, wow. Or was he before or after Blake Griffin? Oh, I'm gonna go after.
The year after Blake Griffin? So what? What's your answer here?
Yeah. So I'm looking for the one before Blake Griffin.
Right, so you said, who did you say Derek Rose would be 2010 or 2008 then?
2010.
Right, okay, so who's the one before Blake Griffin?
The silence is deafening.
It is killing. Sorry, this is bad radio, it's silence, but it is because Russell's thinking and I'm giving him the space to
It's
think.
the suspense. Just leave it a moment of purity for the listeners.
Should I do some heart palpitation noises through the mic?
I'm gonna go for Kevin Durant.
That was the buzzer, Russell. You failed to make the buzzer beater and you have lost the quiz because not only was Kevin Durant the incorrect answer, but Derek Rose was actually before Blake Griffin 2008. The one you missed 2010, do you want to hear it?
Yes.
Get close to the mic because I
Yes.
want to hear your reaction here. John Wall.
Oh, I knew
Oh,
that.
no, John Wall for
I'm
the
sorry,
Washington
that's-
Wizards. It was difficult.
It was a good effort, though, Russell.
Slightly more difficult than Sam's question, but Sam,
Oh,
you have
dear,
fairly
I'm
and squarely
furious.
won the tournament.
I'm going to say that's the best competition
It was
I've had
good.
yet.
But Sam,
Slightly edges Freddie, I would say.
literally,
Well,
Sam
I'm
just
Russell.
keeps impressing himself week in, week out. You can't
Impressing himself.
impress
how arrogant am I?
and the nation.
Just clapping myself.
To
in
be
my
fair,
head,
Sam
yes,
stood
I
on a
won.
chair in our house yesterday and was impressed because his head touched the ceiling.
It was a big moment for me. It was a big moment.
But so thank you, and that is another week's edition of the world's best quiz show.
Challenge Sam.
And Challenge Sam will be back once again next week. We don't know who's going to be on the show next week, so if you'd like to be, if you're in the Brighton and Hove area and you'd like to be on the show, get in touch with me or Sam, and that'd be excellent. We'd love to have you on. But for now, Russell, that was a great effort. Some good answers, some unfortunate answers. You're going to absolutely beat yourself up by that John Wall one, I can tell. But well done, Sam.
Yeah, well done, Russell. I thought it was fun. It's good fun. Good effort.
He enjoyed
You
it
can come
now.
back on
NBA
next term.
teams, please come on.
I could have got a 4.
So we've got another kind of like 10 minutes here, so we're going to talk about the F1 season, which is starting this weekend. But in the last 5 minutes, we need our sporting heroes and villains. So please tweet them in at URF Studio. Someone who you believe deserves to be accredited with some being a hero this week, or being a villain this week. Someone who deserves to be shouted at. So, but let's talk about why am I just going? But let's talk about Formula One, Sam.
Wow.
Let's talk about
That's
Formula
poor.
One. That's poor.
Formula One.
Thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Who's going to win? Who do you think's going to win this year?
To be fair, over the last kind of year and a bit, I've lost interest in Formula One.
Really?
Because it's so much about the car now. The driver, as
It
long
always,
as they're...
It always was, though.
No, I know, but I've only become aware of that. And the fact that it's literally, like, all the driver has to be is competent.
Yeah.
And
I
if their
think,
car is the fastest car, they'll win.
I think that's interesting, but I think, yeah, it's a team sport. People don't really realise it.
Oh,
You've got a lot of reliance on
absolutely.
your team. But I think there is still the individual element. For example, say look at Red Bull, you've got Webber and Vettel. They've both similar team, similar engine, similar car, or the same, more or less, give or take a few differences in the setup. But so they're racing each other still within the team, and obviously,
Yeah.
if the driver's better, outperforming his team, he can still get above. So I just find it really interesting. But you say about the team, I have it on good authority from an inside source in the F1 industry that one leading team is basically completely out of money, and that they're still using the same rear wing as last year.
Do we know who that leading team is?
We can't say.
You can't reveal to this mass
I lit-
audience. It'll
I'm
be all
not
over
allowed.
BBC News 24
Not
by
allowed.
midnight.
I'm not
Um,
allowed to reveal.
Fair enough. Won't ask you anymore. But so the big kind of movers this year, Lewis Hamilton was at McLaren with Jenson Button, but seeing as Michael Schumacher's retired for the second time, Hamilton has filled his spot in Mercedes garage. So him and Nico Rosberg will be at Mercedes. Who's taking over the other McLaren seat then?
Sergio Perez.
Sergio
I
Perez,
think that would be
sure.
really interesting. I'm not really that much of a fan of Hamilton. I don't know. He doesn't really do it for me. I really like Perez. I think he's exciting. He's personable, which makes a massive difference. I think him and Button could make a really good team. Perez is really fast.
This is an interesting...
From last season at Sauber. I think Perez could surprise a few people if McLaren are up to scratch.
An interesting tweet we've got from Ed Green, Edward Green, who said that it's not the car that makes a difference, it's the team. So we look at the pit stops from last year, and Lewis Hamilton left because of the team and not of the car. So that's interesting. But then I suppose the team makes the car, does it not?
Yeah, I think it's true, but I think Lewis was a little bit rash in leaving. I mean,
he seems a bit of
there
an
was
odd
a little
character.
bit rumours from like Martin Whitmarsh and even from Hamilton himself that maybe he'd made a decision with a bit of a hot head, like after falling out after being a little bit annoyed at the team for underperforming, and then signed with Mercedes and then couldn't go back on it. But I think it will be really interesting.
Yeah.
Alonso set for a big year. I mean, he did very well last year to come so close to Vettel when Ferrari's car was underperforming a lot. And the gulf in class between Alonso and Massa, I think some of it could be down to Massa. He's never really been as good as he was before that horrendous injury he had. But I think that also shows how good driver Alonso is. But yeah, Vettel going for 4 in a row.
Yeah,
Interesting
absolutely.
fact, I have the same birthday as Sebastian Vettel.
Well, that practically makes you going 4 in a row then, doesn't it, really?
Oh, yeah, no, exactly.
Also, might as well say, whilst I can remember, Russell will be getting to choose a song at the end of the show. Forgot to mention that, my apologies. But yeah, so well done, Sam. You and Vettel are practically two peas in a pod.
We are more or less the same
Do you know what
person.
annoys me, though?
Same first initial, too.
Yeah, you know
It's
these
uncanny.
BBC pundits get paid like 6-figure salaries. David Coulthard, Eddie Jordan.
6-figure, really?
Yeah, Eddie Coulthard, David Coulthard, came out and said in his BBC column, right, this is his quote, Sebastian Vettel can win his 4th championship. Yes, David Coulthard, he can win his 4th championship. He's not committed to saying he will or he should. He's just said,
6-figure salary, though, really?
Do you know what, he can. Yeah, I think it's really big, yeah.
Wow.
But like, why would you come out and say that? Why? That's not analysis, that's just saying Sebastian Vettel can win his 4th championship. Well, obviously, he's on the grid, therefore he has a chance of winning. That's just the most non-committal, annoying statement a pundit can make. That is Alan Shearer-esque punditry.
I like Alan Shearer.
What? Alan Shearer just
I
circles
really like
areas.
Alan
The
Shearer.
circles an area.
I think that's
my,
great.
My worst Geordie accent.
That was appalling.
It was more Brummy, wasn't it? I apologise to any Geordies out there.
But yeah, I think it'll be really interesting. I don't think Vettel will get 4. A lot of people do.
Thing is, though, I lose interest in F1 quite quickly because at the end of the day, it is just cars going around the track. Occasionally, there's a crash, which is fun. As long as no one's injured. Seriously.
I really like the build-up. The first few laps are fun, as you say, for the crashing,
There's
which is
usually
quite
good-
safe now.
Yeah,
so
there's usually a
it's
good
alright.
pile-up, though, in the first corner, which everyone likes. And also, there's a change of kind of at the helm of the BBC presenting team, isn't there?
Yeah, CZ Perry and for Jake Humphrey's gone to
Jake's gone to
BT
BT Vision.
for football. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a massive fan of Jake Humphrey. I'm gutted to see him go.
To
But
be fair, I read his blog on why he left, and he was like, well, because he's just had a kid. And obviously, these Formula One races take place literally all over the world.
oh,
so
it's
he must
completely
be
understandable.
travelling.
It's completely understandable.
So he's got a nice job in England for him, still in sports journalism. All the best, Jake. But yeah, so it'll be an interesting one to look out for. So we move on, Sam, for the last 5 minutes to our heroes and villains of the week.
yeah, let's go for it. I've just got another couple of messages
Yes,
from Ed. He
please
says
share.
Richard Branson's son Sam looks like Vettel, so it's obviously something to do with being called Sam and having links to Vettel. Anyway, he says he loves F1 when the conditions change and the tyres fall off. Oh, the tyres.
Oh, classic tyres always fall.
The tyres are exciting, but they've all got the same tyre set, I think, again this year,
But
haven't
they
they?
always like soft tyres, hard soft. There's a tyre called hard soft, isn't there?
Yeah, I think so. Oh,
Bizarre
yeah.
tyre.
But a few seasons ago, they were on different sets of tyres, like different brands, which made it even more exciting. But no, I think, yeah, it's very interesting. I remember there was one race a few years ago when one guy made the right call, or his team made the right call on what tyres to put on. Everyone else was slipping and
Yes,
sliding around
that's
in the
right.
wet. And he took a massive lead, and he was riding for like Force India or
That was
Super
Adrian
Aguri
Sutil.
or someone. It
Adrian
wasn't. It was
Sutil.
someone on his team.
It was Adrian Sutil that was the
Wasn't
rider.
Sutil.
It was because he came third in that race, and he was
Wasn't
gonna.
Sutil.
He was gonna come first, but then he got someone crashed into the back of him. Kobayashi, who was
No,
a
it's,
lap behind him.
it's a different race. I think this was a few years ago. I think it was
I
Austria.
promise you, this happened.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
Michael
but, yeah,
Morrow is convinced this happened in the third person.
I'm going to try and find out what this
But
guy
anyway,
was.
we're running out of time, so we need to do heroes and villains.